Hi, everybody. My name is Megan, and I'm with Ocean Rehab and Fitness. And for those of you that have been coming every week, welcome back. Give yourself a pat on the back for coming every week and working out with me on Thursdays. And for those of you that are new, welcome to the class. I see a couple new names in here. And awesome. So what we're going to do today, we're going to be doing a bit more of a cardio workout today. But don't worry, we're still going to do some strength stuff. It's just going to be a little bit more based on endurance. So lots of moving. And we're going to start it out with a little bit of a slower pace. We're going to get into a little bit of breathing. Okay, so before we do that, and deep core, I should say, breathing and deep core. Okay, so before we get into that, I'm just going to show you what I would like you to have for today. Some type of a ball would be good. And it could be also like a pillow or a yoga block. It could also be like a water bottle or something, but something not crazy heavy. Some people like to hold those wrist weights as well. That's a good one. And then 2 light weights. So I'm going to demonstrate with soup cans. Also, feel free to not use any weight for anything that I show. There's a couple people in here that are dealing with some shoulder injuries. So knowing that, I'll try and show alternatives for you. And one of them especially is if you're working with some injuries or maybe just, you know, you're not feeling the same strength today, you can always take weight away and still do the same movement. So I'll try and be very specific with the movements that I'm actually choosing to use weight with, where you could do it without, especially if it's going to be based around your shoulder. Okay, and then our last equipment piece that I always use is a dowel. So you can use a hockey stick, you could use a broom. If you don't have a dowel, you could use like a band or something, but preferably something that's like hard and maybe like this wide or longer, sorry, not wide, longer than this. Okay, so put those aside for now. And hi, Nicole, haven't seen you in a while. I'm so glad you're here. All right. So let's get started. So we're going to start with a little bit of breathing, and then we're going to turn that breathing into a little bit more of the deep core. So oddly enough, I don't know if anybody knows this, but your breathing muscles are also part of your core accessory muscles. So every time we breathe, depending on how we breathe, it actually takes a lot of effort from our core. And core is a very overused term, but essentially your core is just going to be everything found in your torso, anything that helps you stabilize. And everybody's core is a little bit different depending on if you're working with some compromised functions in your body, like motor functions, or maybe you have some postural changes. Depending on that, your core can vary where it is in your body. Okay, so to start, we're going to get the feet flat on the floor, flat on the foot plates, depending on where you're at. Okay. And we're going to think of getting nice and tall. So I want you to think of a big, like shining light at the crown of your head. Okay. And I just want you to get it settled into your body. So think of getting nice and deep. Your hips are really heavy. Okay. And we're going to place one hand on the belly here, and then you're going to place one hand on your chest. Okay. So what we're going to do are some deep diaphragmatic breaths. So this is different than the chest breathing that a lot of us like to do, including myself. Okay, so we want to think of engaging and filling up that diaphragm and letting it sink, as opposed to filling up just our lungs. So what that might look like, a chest breath, it might look like this. If you watch my top hand. Okay, so that's chest breathing. You can see how my bottom hand isn't moving. It's my top hand. This is what we're going to try and not do today. Okay, so we want to now try and get our hand below to move and not our top hand. So just for contrast, everybody just do a chest breath. Really get the lungs filled. Okay, so scrap that. And now I want you to try and expand the space here around your tummy. Okay, and this hand isn't going to move, this top hand. So big inhale and exhale. So you can see how my chest doesn't move. Okay, inhale and exhale. Okay, and if it helps to not look at me, just shut your eyes, get into your body. Okay, inhale and exhale. Imagine a balloon right in your belly button below your rib cage. Someone's filling it up. and then someone's deflating it. Good. Fill up your balloon, inhale. Belly expands and exhale. Okay, keep breathing. Even if you're not at my tempo, it's okay. Inhale, everybody's gonna breathe differently. And exhale. Hang in there, everybody. Inhale. And exhale. Good, and again, inhale. And exhale. Let's do 3 more as a group. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Good, awesome. Okay, so that can help us really get into our body. It can help slow our heart rate down. It can actually help us relax. That's actually one I like doing right before I go to bed. Okay, so we're gonna add on to that. We're gonna do the same inhale, but now we're gonna try and incorporate our transverse abdominis. So I don't expect you to remember that, but it's our deep, deep, deep core. It's found really deep below your diaphragm, behind all these superficial core muscles that we have. So you're not gonna see it. We're not even really gonna feel it so much from the outside, but it's a feeling that we can get from the inside. So I want both hands to be on your belly button, and I want you to think of someone having a string from the back, and they're gonna pull your belly button in towards your spine. So on the exhale, we're gonna do that. So you're gonna inhale, belly breath, and then exhale, and someone's pulling that belly button in. So you should feel everything in here sink. Everything in here gets tight and sinks in. Okay, try that again. Belly breath, inhale. And now draw the belly button in, exhale. Actively pull it in. Good. Okay, and again, inhale. And actively pull that belly button in, exhale. Nice. Okay, 8 more. Inhale. And exhale. Good, and again, getting taller. Inhale. And exhale. Sink the belly button in, nice. And again, inhale. And exhale. Okay, we should start to feel some things happening there. Inhale. And exhale. And I'm getting you to put your hands there so that if you can't physically feel, if you don't have the sensation in your torso, we can feel what's happening with your hands. Okay, so either or we can rely on. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. Draw it in. Awesome. So if any of you had problems or troubles accessing that, I recommend trying it in bed, because it's actually a lot easier when we have gravity helping us. When you're lying down, we inhale. It's a little bit easier to get that belly button drawn. So don't get frustrated if you didn't get it today. This is a really quick tutorial, and it's super helpful to have feedback. So you can try this on your own. You can close your eyes, really get into that sensation of the belly button, what's happening. Some of us I know work well with this in bed. There's a few of you in here now that I know this is part of your practice. So really get that sensation, because you're going to get a lot out of this when we can start applying that technique to our movement. Because core work is essentially something we want to have done all the time. And today we're going to be doing a lot of moving and doing cardio stuff, and all of that big movement, even in our warm up, we want it to come from our core. So the more we can be in touch with that, the better. Okay, so let's get started with our movement. We're going to go right into movement today, no release work. So we're going to start just ear tip, come back up, and ear tip, and come back up. Good. Okay, for those of you that are new, I see some new names. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, you can write in the chat at any time, and I will get to it as soon as I can. Okay. And it can even be specific questions about something you're working with. I have no problem trying to help as best as I can without being able to see you guys. Okay, last set. And now we're going to turn, look to the side and center and side. Keep going. 3 and 4 and 5 And good. Last two here. And now we're going to go up. So we're going to tip, bottom jaw on the top, center, tuck your chin, and center, and up, center, and tuck, center, and up, and tuck, and up, and tuck, and again up, and tuck, and last time. Okay, we're going to make half circles with our nose. So half circle around and then freeze at the other side. Around, freeze at the other side. Around and freeze at the other side. Around, just a half circle. Two more here. Around, other side, around. Good. Now we're going to do our cat-cow. So chin tuck. Round the spine. You don't need to look at me for this part. Go all the way down. Try and look at your shins. Really rounding in that spine. You can even grab the backs of your legs to help you. Slowly rolling up. Okay, and now we're going to take the hands behind us. If you can, eyes to the sky. Try and get your shoulder blades in your back pocket and heart to the ceiling. Up. So we're making the opposite C curve out of our back. And then we do that again. Tuck the chin, rounding down. All the way down. Trying to look through your legs. Rounding in that spine as best as you can. Slowly rolling up. Getting as tall as you can. Hands behind you, eyes to the sky. Heart up to the ceiling. And lift. Both hands behind you. Two more together. Tuck that chin, rounding down all the way to the floor. And we slowly roll up, moving nice and slow, especially if you have a lower blood pressure. Some of us do. Hands behind us, eyes to the sky, heart up to the ceiling. Big deep breath here and transition one more time. Tuck that chin, rounding in the spine. Make sure your chin is really tucked. We got to get the full spine involved. Okay, if you have rods, I should have said this at the beginning, but if you have rods in your back, you know what to do. You can alter this as you need. All the way up, getting that C curve in the back. Good. Okay, you're going to take an opposite arm, reach up to the corner, and now you're going to go all the way over to the opposite side. Reach up to the corner and go all the way to the opposite side. I'm touching the floor. You can touch as far as you can. There's no wrong way to do this. Okay, up, just try and go as far as you can. Over and up, make yourself really big in space. And up and over and up and over. Good, two more here, up and over and up. Good, over. Now we're going to reach up and over. So we're exposing that full side body. Reach, 2, 3, and then make big space. Reach in your space. Make your shape really big. All the way over, exposing that armpit. Reach up and over. And again, other side, reach. Think of that breathing that we did at the beginning. And reach up and over. Just trying to get really long in your limbs, really tall, really bendy, really feel good, gooey movement that probably some of us haven't done yet today. Last one. Reach. And excellent. Good. All right. I see a few people in here that are able-bodied. So I'm just going to sit sideways so everybody can see, but let's get those legs stretched out. So you're going to take a leg and extend it. So we're extending one leg, even if it's on a foot plate, that's fine. Okay, so that's what my leg's doing. Extend, and then you're going to take your hands up, and we're going to think of reaching forward with a nice long spine. Okay, this might be hands on the thigh. We might just be to here. Okay, otherwise, if you have the range, try and go all the way, and then come back up. And then you're going to do it again, same leg. Reach, this might be here, reaching forward. and then come back up. And then again, reach, coming forward. That one leg is straight out, whether it's on the floor or extended on the front of your foot plate. Okay, keeping that breath going. Let's do 2 more here. Exhale as you tip. And again, exhale as you tip. And then again, good. And now I'll switch sides so that you can see. So now you're going to take the other leg out. So help it out if you need to. Extend, lift those arms up, elongate through the back, reach all the way for the foot, and then come back up. Okay. And you can also be reaching here too. So I'm showing 2 variations. Okay. And again, 3, reach, and up, nice. And again, 4, and up. And again, 5, nice. Let's do 2 more together. Reach, and reach, and awesome. Okay, bring your legs together. We're gonna sit tall. We're gonna take the knees open wide, no band or anything. We're just gonna do just free motion here, and then in, and in, and here. So we're getting our glutes primed so that when we get into some more movement and cardio, we can feel super grounded and planted in our stabilizers and our core. Okay, if this isn't an option for you, some of us have a lot of spasticity. So you're gonna put a ball, you're gonna try and shove your knees wide, get that ball in there, and then you're gonna try and drop the ball. And then you'll pick it up and do it again, okay? So you're either doing this with me, nice and wide, or we're trying to drop the ball and get some movement in those knees, okay? I'm gonna keep doing the butterfly version. So pick what you're meant to do, pick what works for you, and I'm gonna be here for another 10. And 9, and 8. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall, abs in. 7, and 6, and 5, and 4. That's it. 3, and 2, and 1. Good. 1 more in the feet just to get nice and planted. So everybody, if you can, feet flat on the floor, foot plates, and I want everybody to try and rise up on their toes as high as they can, and then down. Rise up high on their toes and then down. Good. Some of us might only get to here, and that's okay, but try and get all the way up on the toes and then down. Up and down. Okay, and up and down and up. You'll have to ignore my feet that need a pedicure badly. Up and down. Hopefully you're all just focusing so hard on your feet that you don't notice. Last 4. 1, and 2, and 3, and that's 4, and relax. Excellent. Great, everybody. Okay, hopefully we're feeling a bit grounded and warm, and our breathing is all primed and ready. So let's get your equipment. We're gonna do circuits today, okay? So grab whatever equipment I said before. I don't think anybody came in late, so I'm not gonna repeat it. We're just gonna get started. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is actually with our dowel. Okay, so we're gonna be doing, this is a familiar one we've done before. Okay, so we're gonna do an around the world. Okay, and if you have any pain with your shoulders, what you're gonna do is work within the range of no pain. So around the world is gonna be up and over, reaching up, and then back down. This is version 1, okay? Version 2 is taking it up through the body. So it's staying really close to me. And this is good for people that might have, need a little more stabilization for balance. Okay, so version 1 is going out and away, right? Version 2 is here, coming up through. Some of us maybe have a pain-free motion just up in here. So maybe this is where you stay. Okay, just work to what works best for you, okay? So we're gonna be doing 10, all the way. Okay, a little quicker if you can than normal. Still doesn't have to be my pace, but just a little bit quicker than you normally would. Okay, we do 10, and then when we're done that, we're gonna come right in and do rotations without stopping in the middle. So we're not gonna be doing like the stop here. It's just over, right to the other side, over. This is 10 each side. So 10 up and down, around the world, 10 each side here. And then we're going to come in and we're going to do 10 pulls. Pull and pull, okay? So it's a little bit of a dowel circuit. Here we go, around the world for 3, 2, 1, and up and down, up and down, up and down, working within your range. And 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Try and not bounce off anything. You're controlling all of the movement. 10, and now we rotate 10 each side. 1, exhale 2, 3, 6, focusing on that torso. 9, belly button drawing in. This is your halfway. Hips shouldn't be moving. We're rotating from the belly button. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Let people finish that. Coming in, we're going to be doing dowel pulls. So we're focusing on the back between the shoulder blades. Here we go. Pull into your chest and extend. Pull into your chest and extend. And 4. And 5. Good. 6. And 7. 8. 9. And 10. And take a little break. Awesome. Okay, before we go back to that, we're going to insert some kicks. So take a leg out. You can either sit, if you're sitting in a regular chair, you're just going to extend and kick and come down. Extend and kick and come down. Otherwise, if you have a foot plate, you can move your leg out and then you're going to try and kick from there. So it's a smaller range of motion. Okay, so full kick either here, 1, or take it out, have it out on the foot plate, and then try and kick from there. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Kick and kick. Getting nice and tall, sitting up tall, belly button drawing in. Exhale, 4. Nice. And 5. Do what you can. 6, 7, 8. That's it. 9, and 10, and excellent. I'm going to give a little bit of a break here so that people can finish the set because I'm probably moving quite quick. I'll turn just so that we can see. So reminder here, kicking or move the leg out onto the foot plate and do a smaller range. I'll show this version today on this side. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Kick and down. Kick. And I want you to focus on this right here. Focus on, feel that tightening as you lift those toes to the ceiling. So this is like a lever. It's pulling the foot up. So focus on all of this tightening right in here. Getting taller. That's it. Last 2 here. And relax. Nice. Good. All right. Take a little break. And then we're doing all that again, starting with your dowel. So around the worlds for 10, 20 rotations, pulls, and then quad extensions seated. Okay. Grab a little sip of water if you need it. If you are not able to do the full leg extensions, you can still get a lot of benefit from the mind-muscle connection. So still putting the leg in the same position as me and focusing on as if that leg were to move. What does that look like? What does the brain have to do to fire and have that happen? We're creating mapping in the brain. So even if you don't physically have the motor function to do that, there's still pathways being created in the brain when we have that connection, that mind-muscle connection. And I would suggest just having your hand on the muscle that you're trying to work so we can really try and feel that connection of what we're trying to get to fire. Okay? So even if you think, oh, some of this isn't for me, it really is for everybody, and it's not going to look like mine. And okay, and that's okay. Everybody's working at different levels, but we can still get something different out of every movement. Here we go. Dowel around the world. 3, sit up tall, 2, 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. 5, nice. Keep those elbows as straight as you can. 6, 7, breathing. 9, one more here. 10, good. And now we're going to go into your rotations for 20. Exhale. 5, feet planted on the floor. There's no wiggle parties in the hips. It's all coming from your torso. Halfway. Getting taller. 7. This is 9 and 10. Excellent. Dowel pulls. So coming in, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. We pull and out and pull and out and pull and pull and pull. Nice. And pull. 4 more here. This is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and excellent. Okay, quad extensions. Here we go. I'm going to start on the opposite side. So legs here, or taking the leg out and kicking it out. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, sitting up tall, abs in, and 1. Kick and down. Kick and down. Focusing right here, folks. And 5, take all the time you need. If I'm going too fast, I'd rather you get some quality connections here. Imagine the movement. If you don't have it, imagine what the movement looks like. Look at your thigh. What's happening? Look at the toes. And excellent. Okay, other side. I'll give you a couple seconds to catch up. If you're watching this later, remember you can always pause these sections and go at your own pace. That's what's awesome about the Disability Foundation, is they post these videos later. Okay, we're gonna kick the leg out. Here we go. 10 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Draw the abs in nice and tall. Focusing here. And 7, that's it. 8, 2 more, 9, and 10, and relax. Awesome. Okay, we're not doing that again, so don't worry. We're going to move on. Get a sip of water. And this time I want you to grab your cans and your ball. Okay. So this time we're going to do timed. Okay, we're actually going to start with the cans. So timed intervals. So we're not going to count reps anymore. Okay, so getting my timer ready. We're going to do intervals of 1 minute. Okay, some people this might be a bit long, and that's okay. I just want you to do your best. Okay, so the first movement we're going to do is a combination. So we're going to be doing a bicep curl into an overhead press. So I'm showing with 2 soup cans. You can also do this move with just, if you need more stability, you can do 1 arm at a time. And then you can hold on with something while you do 1 arm. And then after 30 seconds, you can switch and then do the exercise on the other side, okay? If you feel pretty stable and you can sit upright and you can have your hands kind of out here and you don't have any tipping, I would recommend trying both, okay? So you would do both arms at the same time. So the elbows are going to be glued in at the rib cage. Fingernails are going to curl up to the armpits. So we're here 1. And then you're going to flip the cans so that I can see the bottom of them and press 2. Bring it back down, same way you came up, and then all the way down. Okay, so it's curl 1, flip 2, overhead 3, and then 4. Okay. The other thing you can do is, if you have overhead pain or you don't want to take weights overhead, but this feels nice, you can just do bicep curls. You don't have to do the overhead press. If a minute for that is too long, you can alternate. Okay, so there's tons of options. So pick what works best for you. I'm going to demonstrate the full version. Okay, and we're going to do this for 1 minute. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, and down. Curl, flip, press, and down. And curl, flip, press, and down. And curl, flip, press, breathing. And curl, flip, press, or your bicep curling. Curl, flip, press. For those of you doing single arm, you're at 30 seconds, so switch. Curl and press. And curl and press. Excellent, everybody. Breathing. Last 10 seconds here. This is 3. We could probably get one more out. 2, 1, and time. Good. Okay, put those aside. Grab your ball. We're going to do a wheel up variation. So we're going to be taking our ball or yoga block or water bottle, whatever you're using. Tap, tap. So it's like you're tapping your wheelchair wheel, and then you're going to go to your ear. So it's like we're listening into the ball. And then you're going to go the way you came. So tap, tap, listen into the ball. Tap, tap, here. Tap, tap, here, okay? Hips, no wiggling in the hips. We're staying nice and tall, abs are drawn in, focusing on that breathing that we did at the beginning. Here we go, starting the clock in 3, 2, and 1, and ear. Ear. Pace is up to you. Obviously, the quicker you go, the harder your heart's going to have to work. So challenge yourself and keep a nice pace that you might not be able to sustain by the end of the minute, if you can. Excellent. You are already halfway, everybody. Hang in there. Almost there. 15 seconds left. Just keep moving. Three, 2, 1, and time. Awesome. Good. Okay, to end that circuit, we're going to do one more set of these butterflies here, right? If you have a band, I didn't request a band this class, but if you want and you want to tie a band around your thighs, go for it. Otherwise, we're doing the butterflies or we're trying to drop the ball, okay? So when we're doing this one, we're really focusing on out here, okay? Oops. Focus on these outer hips, okay? Here we go, 1 minute. 3, 2, and go. You get a break after this, everybody. Make sure you're sitting nice and tall. Once again, if you're using a band, it's going to go right along here and you're trying to break that band. Okay. Another tip, if you have a little bit like less range and say you're only going to here, feel free to help with your hands and then let yourself use the strength to come back in, but just help yourself a little bit because that's also going to help with that brain mapping, right? It's not cheating. It's actually going to help recreate those motor pathways that we need to do this movement. So anytime you need that assistance of the hands, go for it. Okay, awesome. Keep going. Do your best. Remember, you can always drop the ball. So you might be doing this, dropping the ball. Okay, keep going, everybody. I'm just showing different variations. Keep doing what you're doing for 3, 2, 1, and time. Awesome. Take a 30-second break, and then we're going to do that circuit of 3 again. So we have our bicep curl with overhead press, okay? And then our wheel up, each 1 minute, and then our butterflies or seated abductions for 1 minute, okay? So get water. You still have about 15 seconds before we start. There's a reason we're going up and down like this from lower to body to upper body, and that's going to help get your heart rate up a little bit more. We want to try and get that happening today. All right. Are we ready? Here we go, grabbing your cans. I'm going to show the full version, but a reminder, you can always just do bicep curls if the overhead press isn't available to you. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1. Fingernails to armpits. Good. Halfway, everybody. So if you're doing single arm, go ahead and switch. Last 15 seconds, what's happening with your breathing? That's it. 5, almost there. 2, and time. Beautiful. Put those aside. Okay, wheel ups. Here we go. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and wheel and ear. Breathing. Excellent, everybody. Remember, you're going back the same way you came, so the pattern is equal. We don't have a leading side. So when you ear, you're going back the way you came. Oops, don't follow me. There you go. And up. A little bit of a brain tease. If you need to slow it down to get the pattern, that's okay. 5 seconds. 2, and time. Awesome. Okay, done with that. Butterflies again. So you're either doing your band if you want. I'm not demonstrating, but band, dropping the ball, right? Or just simple butterflies with the legs staying nice and tall. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. So I'll show this version, try and get this, and then try and open those legs up and drop the ball as best as you can. Or we're assisting our knees a little bit and then letting them come in. Most of us have the in really nice, but we need to get those open. Okay, so you can always do this. Still try and work the legs, but just give a little bit of assistance to get a little bit of range, okay? Keep going. I'm gonna just show all variations. So stick with what you know, stick with what you should be doing. You're 30 seconds in, so we're halfway. Staying nice and tall. Feeling the abs drawing in. Okay, really helping yourself if you need to. 15 seconds left. This is your last time with these today, so do your best. 3, 2, and that's 1. Beautiful. Take a 30-second break, and then we're going to move on. Okay, so next I want you to have your dowel ready. I hope everybody's doing okay. It's awfully quiet in the group today. Okay, once we've all gotten water, we're all ready. Okay, so we're still going to stick with our intervals, our timed intervals, but now we're going to get into a little bit of kayaking and some canoeing. Okay, so I don't see any paddlers in here today, so I won't address it. You're going to sit nice and tall, okay, and I want us to stay tall. So I want us to stay as stable as we can. There's not going to be any like any leaning or shifting too much. I want you to feel your feet in the floor, and you're gonna have the dowel up, and you're gonna think of driving that dowel in and down as far as you can to the water. So we're rotating and then back to center. Okay, rotate. We're gonna do 1 minute off to one side. Then I'm gonna give you a 10-second break. And then you're gonna go right to the other side. So not a long break at all. Then I'll give you a little bit of a longer break. And then we're gonna do right, left, right, left, right, and left. Everything is 1 minute, okay? It might be a little longer than 10 seconds, that break in between. But essentially, kayaking off to one side or canoeing off to one side, canoeing off to the other side, and then alternating, okay? And you can just, I'll demonstrate so you can go with me. I'm not too concerned on which side you start with. Just pick any side you'd like. I'm gonna start with my left. Here we go. Canoeing off to one side in 3, 2, 1, and we're off. 1 minute. Thinking of getting taller, really driving with your hands into that imaginary water as if you were really out on the water. We have some kayakers and canoers in here, so think of how you'd feel. Where is the side of the boat in relationship to your hip? What does the bottom of the feet feel like on the bottom of the boat? That's it. Breathing. Exhale. You're halfway. Excellent. 15 seconds. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, I'll give you about 15 seconds. And then we're going to go to the other side. Same thing. Are we ready? 3, 2, slowing it down. 1, and go. This is a great workout to put music on and just tune me out because a lot of it is pretty lengthy. So you can always have music on, go through these, and just keep moving. Get that movement in for the day. Good, really rotating. Feel your feet in the floor. You're halfway there, everybody. Hang in. Doing awesome. Getting nice big spinal rotation if you can. Staying tall, we're not tipping forward at all. Last 10 seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and now you get a 30-second break. So get water if you need it. Our next one is kayaking right and left. Okay, hope everybody's hanging in. Heart rate's probably up a little bit. That's awesome. Maybe a lot, depending on how you've been doing the last 45 minutes. Okay, are we ready? 1 minute. We're going to alternate sides. 3, 2, 1, and go. Try and not stop in the middle. Just try and rotate side to side, really driving down your dowel. If you're in a chair and you're not sitting on the couch like me, you should be able to drive the dowel down even further into the imaginary water. Okay. Breathing. 30 seconds in, you're halfway. Excellent. Whew. 10 seconds here. You're almost done. The finish line is just ahead of you. 2, and time. Excellent. All right, that was quite a compact workout with lots of things in there. So let's take the last few minutes to just cool down a little bit and do a bit of stretching. So we didn't get into the neck much earlier. We did some overhead. So let's get into the neck right now. So your hands are going to be at your sides. You're going to tuck your chin back, and then we're going to look down at that armpit. So we want to try and get a stretch right in here. And if you don't feel it, it's probably because our head is too far forward. So before you start, tuck that chin back and then down. If you need more, you can always add the head and gently pull. We're here for 30 seconds. Slowly release that, nice and slow. Give your head a little shake, other side. So tuck that chin back, number one. Okay, looking down at that armpit. Should feel the opposite side, right in the side, kind of lateral side of the neck. And then you're gonna pull if you need extra, gently. Halfway. And slowly relax that. Okay, now we're gonna do upper trap. So we're gonna get all these muscles right up in here that go into the base of the skull and down. So $100 bill, imaginary, right here. Sexy triple chin, grab it, and then hold. Sitting tall, 30 seconds. Make sure you're breathing in these stretches. Five seconds. Okay, and then big shoulder rolls. Let's come forward for 10. 1, just shake it out a little bit. 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now we reverse it, just letting those arms dangle. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 9 and 10. Awesome. Okay, everybody, that is your cardio workout today / core / breathing. So if anybody has any questions or comments, I will stay on for a minute or two. Otherwise, thank you so much. And I really look forward to seeing you all next week where we will do something different. Thanks, everybody.